During dinner with her parents, she said, "He's great for now, but I'm still young. I can always trade up later." Everyone laughed. I excused myself to the bathroom, called an Uber, and left through the back door. This morning, she woke up to change locks and her stuff packed by the door. I'm Marcus, 31, and last night I got the most expensive dinner education of my life. Cost me exactly $0 because I walked out before dessert. But the entertainment value was priceless. Been dating Stephanie for 8 months. She's 26, works in PR, decent looking, seemed normal enough. She'd been staying over most weekends at my place since her lease ended 3 months ago, and she's been month to month at her friend's apartment, waiting to find something better. Her parents invited us for dinner last night. First time meeting them. Stephanie had been building it up for weeks about how important this was, how much it meant to her that they liked me. Should have been my first red flag that she cared more about their approval than mine. Her parents live in this cookie-cutter suburban house about 20 minutes from downtown. Her dad, Robert, works middle management somewhere. Her mom, Linda, doesn't work, but acts like she runs a Fortune 500 company. You know the type. Dinner started normal enough. Basic small talk, her mom asking about my job, dad talking about sports. I own a small construction company, do pretty well, nothing flashy but solid income. About halfway through the main course, Linda starts getting more personal. "So Marcus, what are your intentions with our Stephanie?" Standard parent question. "We're taking things day by day, seeing where it goes." That's nice. Stephanie's very career-focused right now. She's got so many opportunities ahead of her. Stephanie nodded along. "I'm really focused on building my brand right now. Lots of networking, meeting new people in the industry." Meeting new people felt like an odd way to phrase career development, but whatever. Robert chimed in. Stephanie's always been ambitious. Even in high school, she was always looking for the next best thing. They all laughed like this was some cute family joke. Linda continued. "We always told her not to settle. There are so many fish in the sea, especially for a girl like Stephanie." I'm starting to feel like I'm being interviewed for a temporary position. Then Stephanie decided to really clarify things. "Marcus is great for now, but I mean, I'm still young. I can always trade up later if something better comes along." The table went quiet for exactly 2 seconds. Then all 3 of them burst out laughing like she'd just delivered the punchline of the year. Linda was practically wiping tears. "Oh honey, you're so pragmatic." Robert nodded approvingly. "That's my girl. Always keeping her options open." Stephanie looked right at me, still giggling. "What? I'm just being honest. No point in settling down too early when I could end up with someone more established." I sat there for maybe 10 seconds, processing what just happened. My girlfriend had just told her parents she was planning to trade me in for a better model, and they thought it was hilarious. I put down my fork and smiled. "You know what? You're absolutely right." Stephanie looked confused. "Right about what?" "About trading up. Great strategy." I stood up. "Excuse me, I need to use the bathroom." Walked down the hall, found the bathroom, closed the door, and pulled out my phone. Called an Uber. 6 minutes away. The bathroom had a small window that faced the backyard. Old house, first floor, easy to open. I climbed out and walked around to the front just as my Uber pulled up. Driver looked confused. "Everything okay, man?" "Yeah, just avoiding an awkward goodbye." Rode home thinking about how I'd just spent 8 months with someone who saw me as a placeholder until something better came along. Got home around 9:30 p.m. Stephanie had some clothes in my closet, toiletries in my bathroom, her work laptop by my bed. Enough stuff to be comfortable, but not enough to establish residency. Smart girl. Keeping her options open, just like she said. I spent the next 2 hours gathering everything of hers. Folded her clothes, packed her makeup and toiletries, charged her laptop, and wrapped the cord neatly. Put it all in 3 neat boxes by my front door. Then I called my buddy Jake, who does security systems. "Jake, I need my locks changed first thing tomorrow morning." "Something happen?" "Yeah, my relationship just ended." "I'll be there at 8 a.m. Update 1, the discovery. My phone started buzzing around 9 a.m. Stephanie calling. I let it ring. 9:15 a.m. Text message. "Marcus, where are you? I came by to get some work clothes and my key isn't working." Another text. "Did you change the locks? My stuff is by the door in boxes." Phone call. This time I answered. Marcus, what is going on? Why is my stuff packed up? Good morning, Stephanie. How was the rest of dinner? Don't start with me. Why did you leave last night and why are my things packed? Well, you said you were planning to trade up. Figured I'd help speed up the process. What are you talking about? Last night at dinner, you told your parents I was great for now, but you could always trade up later. Silence. Marcus, I was just talking. No, you were being honest. Remember, you said there was no point in settling down early when you could end up with someone more established. I didn't mean it like that. You meant it exactly like that. Your parents thought it was hilarious. Marcus, you're being ridiculous. This is crazy over something stupid, I said. Nothing stupid about it. You laid out your relationship strategy. I'm just respecting it. You can't just pack my stuff and change the locks. Actually, I can. My house, my locks, your stuff is packed neatly by the door. Where am I supposed to stay? I gave up my lease. You're month to month at Sarah's place, remember? Or maybe your parents can help since they think your strategy is so smart. This is insane. You're throwing away 8 months over a comment. I'm not throwing away anything. You already told me this was temporary. I'm just making it official. I hung up. 9:35 a.m. Text from unknown number. Marcus, this is Linda, Stephanie's mom. I think there's been a misunderstanding. I replied, no misunderstanding. Your daughter was very clear about her plans. 4:20 a.m. Linda again. She didn't mean anything bad by it. She's just young and says things without thinking. Me. She thought enough to announce it to her family while I was sitting there. Robert texting now. Marcus, let's be reasonable. Come over and we'll sort this out. Nothing to sort out. Stephanie wants to keep her options open. Now she can. I blocked their numbers. Update 2. The scramble. Around 1 p.m. I was in my home office when the doorbell rang. Looked out and saw Stephanie with her friend Sarah, the one whose couch she's been crashing on. I opened the door. Marcus, please, can we just talk about this like adults? We did talk. Last night, you made your position very clear. Sarah jumped in. Look, she made a mistake. Everyone says dumb things around their parents. Most people don't announce their exit strategy at family dinner. Stephanie looked frustrated. It wasn't an exit strategy. I was just trying to sound independent in front of my parents. Mission accomplished. You're very independent now. Marcus, I don't want to lose you. You don't want to lose what I provide. There's a difference. That's not true. Stephanie, you told your parents you could trade up later if something better came along. What part of that suggests you want to keep me? She didn't have an answer for that. Sarah tried again. She's been crying all morning. She really cares about you. She cares about having a place to stay and someone stable while she shops for upgrades. You're being cruel. I'm being honest. Something Stephanie appreciates, right? Stephanie grabbed one of her boxes. Fine, but this isn't over. Yeah, it is. They loaded the boxes into Sarah's car. Stephanie kept looking back like I might change my mind. I went back to my paperwork. Update 3, the reality check. 3 days later my phone rang. Unknown number, but I recognized Stephanie's voice immediately. Marcus, we need to talk. We really don't. I've been thinking about what happened and I understand why you're upset. I'm not upset. I'm done. But can't you see this is all just a misunderstanding? What's the misunderstanding? You told your parents you were keeping me around until someone better came along. I didn't mean it. Then why did you say it? Because my parents always ask about my relationships and I wanted to sound like I had control. You do have control. You controlled yourself right out of a relationship. Marcus, please. I made a mistake. No, you made a choice. You chose to treat me like a temporary solution to your housing and stability problems. That's not what I did. That's exactly what you did. And now you're dealing with the consequences. So you won't even consider giving me another chance? Stephanie, the moment you told your parents you could trade up later, this relationship ended. Everything since then has just been cleanup. You're really gonna throw away everything we had? We didn't have anything. You had a placeholder, and I had a girlfriend who was actively planning to replace me. I hung up and blocked that number too. Update 4, the aftermath. Yesterday my buddy Tony called with an update. He knows Stephanie through work connections. Dude, your ex has been asking around about you. Asking what? If you're seeing anyone, if you seem like you want to get back together, that kind of thing. What did you tell her? Told her you seem pretty happy being single. I am. She also asked if I knew any guys who might be interested in dating her. How's that working out? Not well. Word gets around fast in her industry. Most guys don't want to date someone who's openly shopping for upgrades. Smart guys. She's been staying with different friends because she can't afford her own place on her salary. Sounds like she should have thought about that before announcing her trade-up strategy. 2 days later, I ran into her coworker Amanda at the coffee shop. Marcus? I heard what happened. Word travels fast. Stephanie's been having a rough time. She's staying on my couch now. That's unfortunate. Look, I think she learned her lesson. Maybe you could give her a call? Why would I do that? Because she realizes she made a huge mistake. She realizes her strategy backfired. That's different. What do you mean? Amanda, if someone tells their parents they're planning to trade you in for a better model, what would you do? I don't know. You'd find someone who doesn't see you as temporary, which is exactly what I did. Amanda looked uncomfortable. But don't you miss her? I miss thinking I was dating someone who actually wanted to be with me. Turns out I was just keeping a spot warm until someone more established came along. She says she didn't mean it. She meant every word. She just didn't expect me to hear it. Final update, moving forward. It's been 2 weeks since the dinner incident. Time to wrap this up. Stephanie tried a few more desperate moves. Showed up at my job site once, which was embarrassing for everyone. Left a long letter in my mailbox about how she'd changed and learned from her mistake. Her final attempt was the most pathetic. She called from her mom's phone yesterday. Marcus, it's me. Please don't hang up. What do you want, Stephanie? I want to apologize, really apologize. What I said was horrible and I understand why you left. Good, sounds like you learned something. So, can we try again? No. Why not? I said I was sorry. Because you're not sorry for what you said. You're sorry it didn't work out the way you planned. That's not true. Stephanie, if I was actually what you wanted, you wouldn't have been planning my replacement. I wasn't planning anything. You told your parents you could trade up later. That's planning. I was just trying to sound independent. You succeeded. Enjoy your independence. I hung up and added her mom's number to my blocked list. Yesterday, Tony called with the final update. Your ex is dating some marketing director she met through LinkedIn. Good for her. Guy figured out pretty quick she was looking for someone to solve her housing situation. Lasted 3 dates. Smart guy. She's been asking mutual friends if they think you'd be open to talking. What did you tell them? That you're too busy living your best life to worry about people who see relationships as business transactions. The truth is, I am living my best life. My house is quiet, my expenses are lower, and I don't have to wonder if my girlfriend is planning my replacement over dinner. Stephanie got exactly what she wanted. The freedom to trade up whenever she felt like it. She just didn't realize that freedom works both ways. Some people think I overreacted to one comment, but that wasn't one comment. That was her honest assessment of our relationship, delivered confidently to her parents while I was sitting right there. She didn't slip up and reveal her feelings. She announced her strategy. The only thing she regrets is that her strategy failed. Best part? Her parents still haven't apologized either. Guess they're still waiting for her to find someone more established. 2 weeks later, and I'm still getting updates about her housing struggles and failed dating attempts. Turns out, when you treat people like temporary solutions, they tend to make your situation permanently worse. She wanted to trade up. I just beat her to it.